Hello and welcome to another rad tea party. I have my co-host TRP3, aka Trip Easy Trip 3. He came from the Galactic Star Cruiser, so the Halcyon. And today we're going to focus. We are in Epcot right now, but today we're going to focus all about the Galactic Star Cruiser. Hang on, you did that so fast, Mark. I couldn't read that, dude. Make sure you guys like the video and follow if you have not. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. So yes, tonight. Halcyon.
I was just gonna say we lost audio for a second. My bad, dude.
Are we good?
Yeah, you're back now.
Weird. It was, you know what it was? There was so much excitement around the pin, it had to drop us out. Hey, Steve, what's happening? Hey, Chrissy, Christopher, Morgan, Andrew, Jackie. So we're going to give away this Halcyon pin. So on the bottom, it says Galactic Star Cruiser. It has a model of the Halcyon as well, and it does say Star Wars. And this is official Chandrilla Star Cruiser. So I'm going to give you a synopsis of how the Star Cruiser was as a whole, as an experience. And I think the first thing that I should do is answer the most important question. Thank you, Queen V. Appreciate it. What is up, Diz Dad? The most important question, is it worth it, right? So should you be purchasing a Galactic Star Cruiser adventure for yourself? Well, to be honest with you, this is really kind of catered to a certain specific audience. And that certain specific audience isn't necessarily the most geeky Star Wars fan in the world, even if you're a crazy person who owns a droid and hangs out with it in parks. Easy. If you guys don't speak binary, that was a little rude, but okay. So honestly, if you're a Star Wars fan, it is absolutely incredible. But as a theme park fan or an experience or amusement fan, it is the most immersive storyline that pulls you from being an observer. Hey, what's up, Gary? It pulls you out of being an observer and physically becoming a part of the story. So there are several different arcs that you can go, but when you arrive at the Starliner, you check into your room, and then right off the bat, you're mingling with actors. And there are quite a lot of different actors. One of the main characters is actually this droid. His name is SK620, and I won't give any spoilers away, but he is a fan of Rey, if you get what I'm saying. And there are multiple story elements that the actual audience will decide where the experience goes, which is really, really, really wild. It's good, Ness. How are you? Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, I mean, I got very emotional this morning when I was leaving because it was the most, for a Star Wars fan, it was stepping into the world of Star Wars in a way that you never could possibly imagine. I felt that way walking into Batuu at Galaxy's Edge, but the difference is you're living and breathing. Thank you, Lindsay. You're living and breathing in this experience for 2.5 days. The biggest thing that people will talk about is cost. It's a very expensive cost. I'm not joking about that. It ranges anywhere from like $5,200 or $5,000 something up to almost $6,000, depending on how many people are in your cabin. You can bring down your price by having more people in your cabin. But hey, what's up? Greg, Holly, who also got a chance to go on the Star Cruiser earlier on. Yeah, the live streams, Christina, were so fun. I didn't share everything, so if you are interested in seeing not only Star Cruiser content, things that I didn't live stream, and you want an opportunity to win, this Star Wars Halcyon Galactic Star Cruiser pin tonight on the stream. We'll call this in probably about 45 minutes or so. You just have to be here and do two things. Follow us, Walrus Carp, here on YouTube, and follow this Diz Life here on YouTube. And that's it, and just hang out. So in 45 minutes, we'll pull that, and I'll ship this directly to you. But the expense is paying for the privilege of being in this story arc. And honestly, it's the neatest story. The actors are exceptional improv actors. Anybody who has ever acted knows how challenging it can be to act for more than an hour or 2 hours. These people do it. Now there's time on stage and off stage, but collectively it's probably 12 hours on stage. What makes you so happy, Lindsay? I missed it, Jack. What did Lynn say? Let me scroll up. I love the Pocket Fam support in here. Yes, Pocket Fam rolled super deep in the Halcyon, which is very fun. Hey, Ellie, how are you? Gary, of course. I mean, let me give a very, very brief, more detailed description of your days on the Halcyon. Day one, you arrive at 1 o'clock. You wait to board a transport. Mark Daniel does the safety spiel, which is very cool. And then you head off on a little transport pod, and then you arrive inside of the atrium. And I don't know if I shared, I don't think I was live streaming at the time, but I might have a picture of me showing up on the atrium. Where is this? So clearly I was impressed. You couldn't hear the audio, and all these stuff will be up on TikTok. And I probably have close to 4.5 hours worth of content from all of the days. But my reaction was, this is absolutely insane. Anna, welcome. Welcome to the Walrus Carp and this Diz Life crew, or as we call them, Pocket Fam. Super appreciate it. But hey, what's up, Maspiration? And also, I mean, there's so many people in here that are good creators. So please take the time to also look at any of their channels. Disney Fanatics, Chip and Code, Maspiration, This Is Life. Jackie's making content on TikTok. So you check in, then you're going to have lunch. You check out your cabin, which the cabins are insane. Like, they are so cool. The coolest part I thought about the cabin was that you had a droid living in your touchpad. So when you scanned your little magic band, let me see if I get the volume on this. Thank you for the.
Contact me if anything changes. Oh, it's a new passenger. Hello and welcome aboard. Is now a good time for the passenger journey?
To talk to it or not. We're having a great time.
I'm here at your convenience, so just let me know when you have a moment. Best journey.
Okay, thanks. So you have a droid that you voice act with, and it has AI. It's absolutely incredible and insanely immersive. She also tells bedtime stories and lullabies to you. And also, there are 4 story arcs that we can decipher right now. This is a game. So not only is your magic band, which might as well show off the drip, sorry, everything's backwards on this. I'm doing everything backwards. So this is the exclusive Halcyon passenger magic band. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. And that is the Chandrilla Starliners logo, which is actually off of a 1,000-year-old hyperspace compass. So I have a picture of that in there. Jam into the music that's in Epcot right now. I took so many pictures and video, I can't find anything right now. If it gives you a hint of one of the story arcs, here's some first order flags and me in a first order tunic. Can you use that at Disney now? Use what? Oh, yes, this is a regular, they call them M bands in the story, but they are magic bands. You use these in conjunction with, they will give you iPhones. So everybody's going to get a iPhone 12, smaller one, and they call them data pads. There's going to be various different communication on your data pads, which basically helps move the story arc together. And I know I took a picture of. So on the comms or this data pad, it'll tell you where you need to go in Batu, and it's like a choose your own adventure, so you can answer any of the questions that you want. You could choose who you wanted to align with. I aligned with the First Order and the Smuggler path. So there's 4 paths: Smuggler, First Order, Resistance, and Force. And it's positive Force. I would like to see a dark Force as well. But yeah, the Magic Band does work in the parks. This had its own LED and it had the Chandrilla announcement. But when I scanned into Magic Kingdom today, and when I scanned in here at Epcot, it did not have the yellow LED or the Chandrilla announcement. So I'm hoping that's going to either change, or maybe it only works for Hollywood Studios because that's technically on Planet. I'm hoping. I did have a character. Remember I said I went with Smuggler and First Order. My character was called Wall Karkin. And Wall Karkin was a smuggler who worked with not only Oga, but as well as the First Order. It is not a Magic Band 2.0, Greg. What's interesting, though, so there's no haptics in it. There's no LEDs. That would have been a good hit. And originally, they were supposed to have those haptics and LEDs done ahead of time. Also, spoiler alert, the SK S20 is a full-size droid, which is awesome. And you could see him just wandering around the Starliner, just moving around. And he is integral to holding maybe some very important documentation. Was the girl you were talking with, Robbie? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'll get to her in a second. Her name is Jo, and she's either the most amazing cosplayer on the planet, or technically she's out of this world, or she is a part of the cast of the Halcyon that is not a named cast member. And I think she has a very important role that Disney is not addressing. I went with my buddy Scott. Here's our full get-ups. I would say that you have to really love Star Wars and want to get involved in the actual storyline to have the best time, because you're going to want to talk to the actors who are part of the crew. And there's a lot of different cast of characters. So, and my buddy Scott went with Smuggler as well as Jedi, and I was Smuggler First Order. And we both got the First Order arc. So all of our missions, well, I did have some Smuggler missions. Like when I went on Smuggler's Run, I was getting coaxium. And then I did a lot of things for Lieutenant Croy, who was a part of the First Order. Your face right now, hang on, I missed it. Your face right now is half blue, just like Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. Well, you know, this is that pinnacle moment in Kylo Ren when it's the light, the sun eclipses, and he goes, "I don't know if I have the strength. Will you help me?" And then he says, "Thank you," as he stabs his father. She's one of those hidden gems to make the experience much more immersive. So let's talk more about this. After you have your food, which food-wise, we're going to do a snack from the Halcyon that I snagged. I also have extra bags of this, so I might do a giveaway for one of these because I think it would be fun for people to try some galactic food. And I know this is best by March 24th, so we still have time to get this in the mail to somebody before it's best by freshness. But let me pull up. Sorry, I just heard Moana, because if you don't know where I am, Mark didn't know where I was. Mark, do you know now? We're at the Epcot Experience. So in the center here, it's showing all of the new attractions or new experiences that they're building. Did you each have data pads? Every single person had one data pad. So every single one. And every single person, smuggling stat, I'm a smuggler. Wall Karkin doesn't mess around. So speaking of snacks, good segue. Oh, that's wild. New iPhones have like a way to do image search on text. The food is exceptional if you like Indian or Asian food. I liked steamed dumplings. There was a lot of, they called it braised bantha meat, and it was really, really, really tasty. Side note, YouTube updated and you can continue to watch the live while out of the app. The video goes to the corner of your screen. Oh, that's cool. I know TikTok does that too. Did they really have blue scrimps? Oh, they have blue scrimps. Let me just take you through a sample menu. So this was the sorghum stew. So this was for lunch. Crawfish tails, rice, and yellow seed stick, which if you want to see any of these foods on our YouTube, I'm going to have probably close to 40 videos of and they're little snippets, right? So like a 10-minute segment, a 15-minute segment, very few half-hour segments, but grouped together, and all of the food I document. This was delicious. It was like a seafood gumbo. This was a fire melted takeaway cheese. Imagine like a grilled cheese with tomato soup, but like Aristo crepes where it was like bubble waffle style. This was a blue bantha fruit whip. Honestly, Jo was amazing. She definitely knew how to pick her marks and make herself seem extremely interesting from the start while blending into the crowd and not standing out as far as an obvious cast member. I want to get to Jo because she is so integral to making my experience. And I think other people will need a Jo or a one of the Sajas to get them into the elements. I loved this one. So that crawfish dish was very good. This was a Choco whip. So like dark chocolate with a raspberry macaron and like a matcha green powder. The macaron was delicious and that chocolate was really good. And then of course you get blue milk and they also have green milk on tap. It's very cool. The food is exceptional. Everything's colored though, which is kind of funny. Here's a ham and cheese sandwich they had. So like they do have stuff for kids. This was roasted veggies from Felicia. Not to be confused with by Felicia. This tikka tip yip flatbread was like chicken tikka masala, but with paneer. Do you think it's too involved for kids to follow? Casey, great question. And guys, fire off questions. Like this is a great time to ask questions. I think the kids need to be around 7, 8, 9, 10. Really, 10 is probably a really good, because I think the kids having their own data pads and being able to read would be really important and understanding the consequences of their decisions. I will say that I FaceTimed my girls, so my 4 and my 5-year-old. Did I snag a few extra cookies and Parmigiano crisps on the way out? Well, you tell me. This is the habanero Star Cruiser popcorn. So yes, I certainly snagged things that I really liked. This popcorn was delicious and I wanted to do a giveaway with it. So I did grab an extra one, and this is an open one that I started having. So I did snag some. Oh, this is so good. Let's just eat it. Habanero Star Cruiser popcorn. It tastes like cheddar and butter. And then in the back is this great capsaicin burn. Just want to say, hey, can't stay long, and also trying to remain unspoiled on Halcyon. Totally, Brian, go to that Halcyon. You will love it. And there are so many unique experiences. Even if you see some of the content out there, they do have chicken nuggets for kids and mac and cheese. Do I have a picture of? So they have more They also have PB&J. It looks a little different. So this is a sun butter and jelly like puff. So all of the peanut butter and jelly was in there. I tried every single one of the kids' things. I tried everything that they had. So here's breakfast. They had Chandrilla waffles. So like Mickey waffles, and they used golden malt, which was awesome. Sausage. They had regular scrambled eggs. That actually is teal milk, which is green milk and blue milk together. And then there was another milk that we came up with one of the crew members. It's called strong milk. It's Powerade and blue milk, which, by the way, after having all the different varieties of milks, blue milk straight is my all-time favorite. Where is my kiddo food video? I know I show mac and cheese. That was breakfast this morning. Here we go. So chocolate chip cookies, and this is called chicken tippiet, but it's not exactly chicken nuggets. And they also did have regular pizza. So I did see kiddos specifically being accommodated for. Also, they dealt with a lot of, no wonder why guy put 2 lids on it. I was like, why is this sipping so weird? I have lost my voice from screaming for the order. Sorry, I am a loyalist scum. It was really divisive too. Once people got into their groups, screaming at the other groups, blocking other people from seeing things or seeing characters, wild. All right, let's get into Joe. I'm sipping my cup of Joe. Let's talk about Joe. After you get settled, after you have food, the very first day, there is a muster. They basically teach you how to manage alarms. So if an alarm goes off, you meet the captain, you meet the cruise director, you meet the wonderful, the great. Oh, it's been 5 minutes. Hang on. They go into a sleep cycle. Also on the Halcyon, they do droid racing. So much fun. So I told SK when we were on the Halcyon that I was buying a mini SK and was going to do droid racing. He went, "What?" and then started spinning like crazy. It was so good. I think I got that on the live. I'm going to download all of my lives and chop up content from it. I normally don't do that because it takes a long time, but there was so much stuff from the Halcyon that I caught either on lives or on whatever. I just want it all. Such a huge Star Wars fan. Haven't been able to go to Hollywood Studios since they opened up. Dying to go and do everything. Christina, here's a tip. Here's your hack. When you go to Hollywood Studios, which is so immersive, you can spend an entire day at Batu. You do Rise, you do Smuggler's Run, you go to Doc Ondar's, you go to Savvy's, you go to Droid Depot, milk stands, Ronto Roasters, the Marketplace, Oga's Cantina. I think I said Doc Ondar's, Creature stands, Katsaka's popcorn. But then you're going to want to download the Disney Play app. So once you're in the Disney Play app, oh, my Galactic Star Cruiser is now gone. It's so sad. It's all gone now. You couldn't use your regular Disney Play app, though, on your phone. You had to use it on the data pad. Oh, so the reason why he has the name, so you brought that up, and I think that, hang on, go to new comments. Go all the way down. There we go. So Jasmine, right? This is an SK620 droid, or an SK model. And the TikTok group, like we named Tucker, my Tiki drummer, you guys came up with the greatest name, TRP3, which stands for Trip 3. So short, you could call him Trip or Trip 3, but TRP3. because this was the third paid voyage of the Halcyon. So, and I waited 5.5 hours on hold day one, as soon as phone lines open, annual pass to book the Halcyon. It's the most immersive, amazing experience of my entire life. Getting back to Joe, there is a social after the muster where you grab cocktails and you hang out. You do like a toast. And you start kind of mingling. You'll meet a couple of characters. Some of those, you know what? They're not going to show up in this data pad. You'll meet I won't tell what any of the characters are except for their titles. You'll meet Wraith Cole, who is Raya's business manager. Raya, who is a galactic superstar and singer. She performs on the Halcyon for you night one. You'll meet Lieutenant Cole, or Lieutenant Croy from the First Order. You'll meet Captain Keevan, who is the captain of the Halcyon. You'll meet Lena Mock, who is the cruise director. You'll meet Sammy, who's an engineer. You'll meet SK Droid. You'll meet some of the Sajas who do lightsaber training. Wink, wink. But then there's other characters, and I don't know other ones except for Joe. So I'm walking around, and everybody has now met some of or introduced through after the muster and the toast who these characters are. And everybody starts talking to these various characters. And I did have a hint from my friend David Vaughn. Jackie, that was when we had like 500 people asking questions at 3 a.m. Yeah. And I was basically doing droid racing and practicing, which I did terrible in the droid race. I came in second. I goofed and kept on doing 180s instead of doing 45 or 90-degree turns. Gary, I really think I missed that part somehow. I think it was late and you were sleeping. I think you went to bed at midnight and I went to bed at 4:30. I was the only person up for like 2 hours in the Halcyon just doing content, and not a lot of it was live stream. Some of it was. But I was exploring everything. Anything and anything I could get into, I was getting into. So Joe was just somebody that I thought was really good cosplay, because this person had an M band on them, a magic band. So the crew members do not wear M bands. This person had an M band. So we're sitting and chatting, or not sitting and chatting. I'm watching her. She is dressed. She's got a short hairstyle, like almost military hairstyle. She has a really, really nice looking dark gray, definitely leans dark side / First Order. I was definitely, sleep was not a priority on this trip. Still is not a priority now. And so I see Joe walking around the room, and she wasn't introduced or anything. And I was by myself, and I was like, I knew I wanted to talk to Wraith. I knew I wanted to talk to Lieutenant Croy, and then everybody else I wasn't really sure. I feel so vindicated hearing the reviews coming out from the people like Kirk who paid to go and are giving a positive review. Media got trashed for being positive. Anytime somebody is gifted an experience, even though you have, it's your role as media to tell it how it is, how the actual experience is. It still was a gifted, expensive experience. So there is a psychological reciprocity rule in place that people don't think about. Do you choose your allegiance? How does it unfold? Through missions. So it unfolds with, my friend David Vaughn from TikTok went on voyage number 1. So he could have had TRP-1 if he bought a droid. And he gave me 6 things that I had to do on the Halcyon. 1, get to things early. 2, stay in the center of the atrium anytime there are meetings. So these are no spoilers. 3, bring your own pillow if you don't like really squishy pillows. They were fine. I like the pillows. 4, there's a lot of colored foods, meaning food dye. So be careful if you have a squeamish stomach. I do not, and I ate everything, and I was A-okay. 5 was talk to the people that you want to spend the most time with. That's the most valuable lesson. So if you want to know what path, if you want to do first order, then you would want to talk to the first order Lieutenant Croy, which I did a decent amount. But let's talk about why Joe was so important. I'm like hanging around Lieutenant Croy, but there's so many people around him. Now there's only 300 people or so on the Halcyon. They say 372 is the total amount of guests that can be present on the Halcyon. We probably had around 320 in our group. And in the atrium, it gets a little packed. And you would see people be cloistered around people that you thought were resistance, and people that you knew were first order, and people that you thought were maybe smugglers, and people that you thought were force sensitive. Like you could get that kind of vibe. But it was crowded because there's only one actor, one main character of that linear path, right? And we met friends the last dinner. It was amazing. They grouped us. Scott and I mainly ate just together. My bunkmate Scott and I came on the Halcyon together. And they all purposely went on different archetypes. So one went Jedi, one went First Order, and one went Smuggler. So they shared their experiences through. Joe's wandering around the room looking very suspicious. Military, arms behind her back, very inquisitive look. I'm standing by myself, live streaming, and waiting for an opportunity to talk to people. She comes up and starts talking to me. She's very, very kind. She's by herself. She goes, "Hey, so what are you doing on the Halcyon?" And we start talking about just like small pleasantries. I have probably some of that in here, which I have to extract. And I want to go and look at other Halcyon trips where people posted content to see if she's in there, because that would prove instantly that she's a cast member. I have a large inkling that she is a cast member. So she starts telling me that she's a smuggler and she'll do anything for credits. And we start talking, and I tell her that I'm a smuggler and I was born on. Eventually, I changed where I was born because I really didn't have a firm backstory. I knew my name was Wal Karkin, but I was going in between like Tatooine, and then eventually I landed on Batu because Batu means so much to me. It is the only planet that came from a theme park. It has its own books. It has its own comic books. Halcyon now has comic books, and it makes being on Batu so much more immersive and impactful for me. So I'm like, yeah, I work for Oga occasionally. I occasionally do some things for the First Order. I occasionally do things for Mubo and Savvy. Mubo owns Droid Depot, Savvy's Workshop, or Savvy's Salvage. She kind of pulls me to the side and she goes, "Well, who did you want to talk to?" I said, "Well, I wanted to talk to Lieutenant Croy to see if he needed anything from me for some money." She goes, "Let's go find him." She immediately tracks him down and goes, "Hey, did you meet Wal?" My name was Wal, W-A-A-L. So remembered my name, and I didn't see a earpiece, but she might have had one, or she was just focusing on people who she could tell were like wallflowers who wanted, like clearly I wanted to be in the show because I had the costume in, right? So, and I didn't get a picture or anything with her because I legit thought she was just a guest, and it would be weird for me to just, this is me at the Sabak tournament, which I learned how to play Sabak. I played probably Sabak for 4 hours, maybe even 5 hours on the Halcyon. About 3 hours on the Hollow one and about an hour on the card game. So much fun. I bought the card game too because it's not as confusing as it seems, and it's very fun. She was the Tim Tracker and Greg's tour guide for the media preview. Okay, proves it. Thank you, Ellie. And nobody wanted to spoil it for me either if people knew. So I'm definitely now going to watch Tim Tracker's content just to see her again because she was exceptional. Now, here's where it goes crazy. She throws me into, guide might be the phrase. So guide might, hang on. Just so I get vernacular right. She was Tim Tracker and Greg's tour guide. So maybe tour guides, and I don't know how many there are for different archetypes. I was alone, singled out clearly had smuggler, so she could put me with either first order or with wraith or resistance, depending on how I reacted. So she put me with first order first. I talked to Lieutenant Croy, who was awesome. He was my favorite of all the actors. Hysterical, like peeing my pants laughing, and super, super polite for a first order, unless he got really ticked off. But he never got ticked off at us. And the interactions were so just incredibly detail oriented. Like, you can't wipe the smile off my face. I'm getting choked up now. Like, I legit cried this morning at 6:40 a.m. in the Batu simulator, just alone, had a moment to myself, because it's just such a beautiful Star Wars story that you get to be a part of. And it's just amazing. Favorite moment, honestly, was doing all of the character interactions and pretending that I was somebody else, pretending that I was a part of Star Wars, which our greetings, our sayings, we wrote down every single saying from the Star Cruiser, because like Batu has bright suns, rising moons, till the spires, may the spires be with you. No, may the spires, I'm blanking, but there's a lot of different words and phrases and vernacular for Star Cruiser. Like, if you want to curse, you could say stars or asteroids, and people know you're like mouthing off, right? May the spires greet you. There's another one too. May the spires something. Till the spires is the less formal one. That doesn't matter. May the spires keep you. That's the one I was looking for, Maddie. Thank you. May the spires keep you. Thank you, Michelle. I have like all of this data dump in my head. I have less than 6.5 hours of sleep. I'm still crushing it, having so much fun. You know what it is? It's just like the experience is so good. Little popcorn time. So Joe, then I go, I do also want to meet somebody who's looking to maybe smuggle some things. She put me in with Wraith, and Wraith goes, what kind of things do you smuggle? Well, Joe hands me a kyber crystal and goes, this is what I smuggle. And I go, is that? She goes, yeah, kyber crystals. So I have a kyber crystal from the Halcyon from Joe. Also, there was a character from the 501st, which is like a big Star Wars cosplaying group, and he gave me a Metal Republic credit. And in the cargo hold later on, I found that exact same credit. Like, I don't know what to say besides that. The excursion was really good too. All of the performances are really good. It was just so amazing. The kyber crystal was white, a white kyber crystal, and it was not one that you would find on Batu. It was a legit actual crystal. I know. I actually thought she was going to like want it back, but she gave it to me, and then she handed Wraith another one. She had a little side pouch to the right that she unzipped and said, which, by the way, for a smuggler to just give you a kyber crystal, that's a very expensive item. Also grossly illegal because they get weaponized, which is kind of funny because they collect, you're not allowed to wear blasters, and you can't have full masks. But you pretty much any costume is full fair game, including makeup. Yeah, I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, you can just go crazy. Everything on the Halcyon 2, language-wise, hey, what's happening? Spooks, what's going on? So, like, you'll end up saying, like, good passage, safe passage, which are either hi or goodbye, or may your voyage be smooth, or may your travels be smooth. When you get on Batu, it's like, may your deals be fair. Yeah, the 501st, there was a couple, these two gentlemen that were both in the First Order that had the most insane, amazing, they were more legacy and Rogue One style, First Order-ish kind of clothes, but unreal, and such nice people. It was just so immersive. Jaren, what's up? Oh, Jaren, I totally understand, and nice to formally meet you. Jaren is amazing too. You guys, we were in. I went to Oga's and then I had lunch at Docking Bay 7, or I got a Ronto wrap and ate it in Docking Bay 7. And I don't ask for money or anything. I never give out my Venmo or PayPal. And everybody in here was just like, we want you to experience everything. And the community, the group, like you guys, like really, and it wasn't like somebody just threw a ton of money. It was everybody gave like a little bit. And I wasn't expecting anything. And within like less than like 10 minutes, my email and my accounts were full with merch. So I do want to talk about that. You guys are going to hate me. I did buy things that I budgeted for myself, but I bought a lot of stuff that I'm going to eventually give away to those that that felt that they wanted to donate to me. And I'm sorry, just deal with it. You're going to get some merch from me that's exclusive to the Halcyon, because I believe firmly in giving, not receiving. I don't want to get things. And you guys were so generous with buying drinks for people and just so amazing that throughout the next couple of days or weeks or whatever, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I haven't, and I don't have the brain to even think about it. I have lots of different pins, like this one. It's another one, the Galactic Star Cruiser. And when you open it up, it's got the Star Cruiser in it as well. Very cool. Here's an exclusive pin. This says Halcyon Star Cruiser Passenger. Would it be a good experience for a father and son? Do you think dad having to occasionally stop and explain things could detract from the experience? Depends on the age of the kid. I don't think so. So our girls freaked out when I was talking to D3, which is the droid that I showed you earlier that's in our room, that you scan your M band and you interact through voice and AI detection. Our girls, because I was going the first order track, the first order took over the comm system and said, make her deactivate this one thing and pull this one plug. So the girls, my girls were like, oh my gosh, tell her to pull the green one, which would have been the good choice. I made her pull the red one, and my girls were so mad at me. Daddy, no, that's bad. I can imagine. And I'm glad I did the first order one for myself, because that's how I lean in terms of like fun archetype. Like I play the hero in real life. Like I am a good, genuine guy. It's fun to play a bad guy and a smuggler. Smuggler really is where I resonate being an entrepreneur, because that's who I am in real life. Did you get your fashion show walk video? So not a video, but I did get a still of it. There was a couple of stills. Sadly, this was the best one, and it's slightly out of focus, but that's me walking the catwalk. Yeah, they didn't think I killed D3, because D3 got killed by the first order when that was during Scott's participation. But they were very mad at me. But then they became less mad at me when they saw that when I FaceTimed them and showed them D3. So, Trip 3. My brain is rotting. Hang on. After 5 minutes, I've never owned a droid before. So this was the perfect excuse, because this is exclusive to the Halcyon. And you do control him. This does his head motions. This is the sounds, and then you have forward and backward. And I knew they were doing droid racing, so I wanted to do it. I've always wanted to build a droid. I think the girls would really enjoy building a droid more than they would a lightsaber, because they're still too young for that. But I think if the kids are 7, 8, 9, 10, tripod. I was using them at the bar. I had my phone live streaming in the Sublight Lounge, and I was leading my phone on Trip 3, or a tripod, which was another potential name. Slowly learning who is who without their screen names. Yeah, so this is Rye Bread, aka Mariah. So you don't get to build this one, and sadly, he comes in this crazy Ziploc or zip tie. But cast members gave me scissors to cut him out so I could play with him. He does come with batteries, which is good. But I FaceTimed the girls, and they were like, wait, we can take that droid home? They were very excited about the droid. Ready for the giveaway. Let me show just some of the other merch. Now, this isn't necessarily stuff I'm giving away, but I just wanted to bring some small things that I could fit in my bag. I did do a merch roundup too in our room, so you'll see that. This is a cool Halcyon patch. This was neat, and it has a conjunction magic band with it. It is all the destinations of the Halcyon. So Batu, Bespin, and Coruscant. This was really neat. It's the Chandrilla's logo on a very shiny pin. Another patch, which I will be giving away one of these at some point. So I thought that was really cool. And then this black magic band, which I'm praying has a first order sound, which would be so dope. They really do need a Darth, not a Darth, but like a Sith or a dark force, because it was only positive force. And then I'm saving this, and I will not take it out of the package. If y'all know, I like to manifest things, meaning I don't believe in limitations. So like when somebody says it's too expensive, I'll never go on the Halcyon. That's a negative belief, and it puts this barrier in your mind that you'll never be able to afford it. Just go, how can I afford it? What can you sell? You can flip stuff you find for free on Craigslist, and then, or like look, search on the free stuff in Craigslist, find coffee tables, resell on Facebook Marketplace. Take any of your collectibles that you do not use anymore, old electronics, televisions, stuff you don't use that you haven't touched in a year, 5 years, 10 years. It's just taking up space. Sell it. There's ways to make money to follow your dreams and your experiences. Don't put limitations on yourself to live your perfect life. Don't do that. So this pen is a manifestation of that. It's an executive pen from the Starliner. This will not come out of this box until I either sign a contract to partner with Disney to be able to sell Walrus Carb clothing in the parks, or I get to sign a deal to voice coach a Pixar movie, or I get a media pass, or I get I think I said voice a Pixar, or the crazy one, star in a Star Wars live action. So this isn't going anywhere, and I will look at it to know what the budget is. Or not the budget, the goal. What am I talking about? So this is going to be a healthy reminder that I look at every day to know what I want to use this pen for. Does that make sense? And if you guys want to plan your life, sorry, we're getting like real deep on life planning, and then we'll do the giveaway. Giveaways for the pen. You guys have been super patient. If you go to walruscarb.com, there are free resources. So when you come to the website, I'll show you on here. Just open up the website. So you come to the website, there's this little menu section over here. You drop it down, and it says WDW Help. Well, in that WDW Help section, there's a snack planner for free, a Flower and Garden Festival foodie guide for free. I'm also going to put how to speak like a Halcyon passenger. Nobody's going to have that. I got to do it as like a cool infographic. And then the Walrus Carp Goal Getter. This shows 1 year, 5 year, 10 years, life plan, career plan. What do you want to accomplish in your life? Write them down and look at them. With your partners and your family, write them down and talk about them. Mel did this separate from me. I did it separate from her. We sat down, looked at them, put together the ones that were similar or shared common things, and anything that was important to her. Paint the, she wanted the hallway painted, and she wanted, was it new flooring or new couches? Which I was like, we don't need to paint and we don't need new couches. We're going to move soon. But because it was important to her, it went on the goals for both of us. And you just do it. And it makes you so aligned as partners in a family, in a group. And just anything that doesn't fall on that list, you are wasting the most precious commodity, which is time. Don't waste your time on this planet. Live the best life you can. And that's why I was so willing to just spend $2,800 to do the Halcyon, and it was the most beautiful story I've ever experienced. I get choked up every time because it's amazing. All right, giveaway time. Let's do the pin. Galactic Star Cruiser Halcyon pin shipped directly to you. Ready? Uncle Mark, come on and help me out here, brother, as I'm tearing up.
All right, here's how we generally do these over on This Diz Life. Spam your favorite.
You are robotic on my side.
Spam your favorite snack emoji in the comment section. Just keep on spamming your favorite snack emoji, and then we're gonna pick a number. We're spamming snack emojis in the chat right now, and then you're gonna pick a number.
Why does it sound so funky online? I'm gonna pull up YouTube in here and watch it too. Maybe that'll help. Was he all funky or no? Oh, everybody put their favorite snack in there. Okay, cool. Was he all funky or no? Oh, everybody put their favorite snack in there. Okay, cool. All right, spam your favorite snack emoji. I would spam the chat with, what would I put as my emoji? I'm not going to type one in here. What would be my favorite food emoji? I do like donuts. Falafel are good. Sushi's awesome. Oh, nope, got it. Here's what I would put. I am such a sucker for Asian food. It would be the dumpling emoji for me. I would put them pot stickers, gyoza, steamed bao buns. Pick a number between 1 and 100. Okay, hang on. Let me think. I think in honor, I'm going low. I'm going to go low. In honor of my little compatriot, my little smuggler friend, holding those Why is it not going? Come on. We're going to go with 3 in honor of trip 3. So number 3.
That's number 3.
Number 3 for trip 3 on the Halcyon.
That is number 3. Sarah Thurgood is number 3. I don't know if he can hear me or not. I don't think so. Congratulations, Sarah.
I can
Sarah
hear you.
Thurgood.
Do we have a winner?
There it is.
Mark, what is it me? Am I the drama?
All right. I don't know. I have no clue, man.
Is it? I can't even read. Oh, okay. Sarah won. All right. Sarah. Congratulations. Amazingness. Congratulations, Sarah Thurgood, which, by the way, absolute geek for Star Wars and all things Disney as well. So I'm glad everybody can hear Mark except for me. I feel terrible. I'm sorry, Mark. You're an amazing human. So, Sarah, congratulations. You are the winner of the Galactic Star Cruiser Halcyon. It says Star Wars and the Halcyon here. Fun fact. Here's a fun fact. Where's this pin? If you got a pin inside the ship, it will not say Star Wars on it. This one says Star Wars on it. So this was in the disembarkment station. Same with this one. But I do have some pins from inside as well. Man, oh man. What an amazing, amazing, amazing experience. I'll leave it open in the chat does anybody have any other questions about the, and let's just shout out. I have already some amazing ideas for shirts. Hang on. Let me read you two of them. I'll give you one. When you're part of the first, so here's our Han Shot Thirst shirt, right? Yeah, I didn't want to give away too much. I wanted to give like just some details. But everybody's storyline is so different, right? I'm making a first order shirt. And I was thinking, what about mobile order? So this is going to be a first order and a food mobile order. And Wolf, we're definitely doing the Let the Cookie Win. I took that picture of the hollow chess set. So Wolf, that is happening, where we're going to have our Wookiee cookie, which is in our Punch It Chewy shirt. And it's going to say, Let the Cookie Win instead of Wookiee. And it's going to have the Wookiee cookie behind the hollow chest. I got to put the little chess pieces out there too. But this first order shirt is going to be, when you would see other people from the first order, you would say, for the order. And it's going to be the first order kind of logo, that red logo. Hang on, let me look it up real quick. And it's going to say, for the first mobile order. And it's going to have the mobile order icon on it as well. So instead of for the order, it'll be for the mobile order. Sorry, I misspoke and said for the first mobile order. I guess technically, if you're the first person at Ronto Roasters, it would be for the first mobile order. First order. So this is their logo, right? So imagine this logo-ish, but not specifically it, with a red shirt, black, and in the inside will be the mobile order logo as well. So if you don't follow us here at Walrus Carp, I'm going to be putting out probably over the next 2 weeks, somewhere around 30 to 40 videos on YouTube of the Halcyon Galactic. There's going to be spoilers everywhere. So avoid it if you don't want to see some spoilers. But I'm going to chunk it so it's like anywhere between 2 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, and 30-minute experiences, little snippets of the Halcyon. And I'll put spoiler in the title if it's going to give away something really big. So, I mean, technically everything's a spoiler if you're really trying to be blinders on. And then on TikTok, I'll put a ton of content that I've put on the phone as well. And then cut out things from the lives, like Mysterious Joe. I got to find her on that Tim tracker. She was amazing. I wish she came out again. She found me in the Sublight Lounge later on. It was funny, too, because my buddy Scott came into the Sublight, saw her talking to me because I was alone, talking to the live, and we had a conversation. And Scott left. He was like, I thought she was just some chick hitting on you. Turns out she's a tour guide or a guide. Story guide is probably a better term for putting me in there. How do you follow this next week? I don't. We'll just have to have fun like normal. We've been growing a lot here on YouTube. We're getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome, which means we can then go live on YouTube. Next week, you know what? I will be able to top it. Next week is the People Mover record. It has been set by a TikToker consecutively for 22 laps at the Magic Kingdom. Next week on Wednesday, I will be entering the Magic Kingdom, getting on the People Mover, rope dropping it, and not getting off until 9 o'clock. So rope drop to fireworks, People Mover, more than 22 rides until I lose my sanity and my mind, which we know I'm into. So next week will be, I will live stream on TikTok and on YouTube, the People Mover record. The most People Mover number that I've seen is 28 by Resort TV 1, but it was not consecutive. I will be breaking the record of 22 consecutive and 28 non-consecutive rides on the People Mover. I'll document all of it, and the Rad Tea Party will be a part of it. Also, we will have some guests from the Pocket fam who will go live with us so that it's not just me sitting on the People Mover alone. So I'm booking some hosts, some guest hosts who will be sharing some hacks, snacks, and fun facts around Walt Disney World. If you want to learn how to do Disney better, if you want to save money, save time, eat the best things, experience the most wonderful experiences, please give it a follow here at Walrus Carp on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram, especially if you want to DM me and ask me any kind of questions. You can always email me, Kirk at walruscarp2 about the Halcyon. I'll answer anything. And then, of course, please follow Mark Valentine from This Diz Life, as well as his co-host, Wayne. Amazing people. Giving me this little bit of intro on their amazing network. Just such wonderful people. Giving away a lounge fly on the podcast this month. So you have, I believe, every week you can enter for the podcast. So go to thisdizlifepodcast.com to learn more about this. Oh, she's so cute. A mini, I'm guessing it came out for Flower and Garden as well. What a really cool Flower and Garden giveaway. I can't wait to share more of the Halcyon with you over the next 2 weeks via content. Please hit me up. Ask me anything. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that, Aaron. Let's say our goodbyes. We'll be live streaming Harmonious in probably about 15 minutes. We're going to go watch it over from Mexico with my nephew, my brother-in-law, and my sister. And then I'm going to see if they want to come over for Beignet Wednesday. It's going to be a short Beignet Wednesday because I really want to get home before midnight and sleep as long as I can tomorrow. Good night. Speaking of sleep, after 5 minutes, the droids put themselves to sleep so they don't waste battery. And trip 3, just put himself to sleep. I feel like that's our cue. Mark, take it away. Thank you so much for spending time with us. I hope you learned something, had fun. Hacks, snacks, fun facts. Enjoy your evening. See you at Harmonious. See you at Wednesday Beignets on TikTok.
This Diz Life podcast is brought to you by Enchanting Escapes by Lori. Lori is here to help you plan your next getaway and create memories that will last a lifetime. No matter where you want to go, if that's Disney, Universal, Sandals, or another amazing destination, Lori can help you get there. Leave the details to Lori and enjoy the beauty of your destination without the hassle of the planning. Lori's services are at no additional charge. So head over to Enchanting Escapes by Lori and get a free quote while taking advantage of some of the amazing features of the website: resort walking tours, blogs, free downloads, and Magic Maker recipe videos to keep the magic alive throughout the year. Mention promo code ThisDizLife for an extra dose of magic and start planning your dream vacation today at www.enchantingescapesbylori.com.